Welcome to the Lawn Channel. We're in the year 2020 now, so it's been quite a while since I've done any true video. Probably, I think it's like October, maybe November. But we're back. The time has changed. I've got time in the evening when I get home from work, so we can finally start getting out in the lawn. And first thing, we have an issue. We have a problem. I put pre-emergent out. I put it out, whatever video that was, like I said, I think it was like late October, early November-ish. So I put pre-emergent out, and I put a 3-month rate, and then I put pre-emergent out again, 3 months. And we have had, since the start of the year, 25 inches of rain. So 25 inches of rain since January 1st. And even going back in December, they said from December through February was the wettest period, I guess winter probably, of all time in the state of Alabama. So it's been wet, and so therefore the pre-emergent has not withstood the test of the weather. And I don't know if it's something that I did. I don't know if it's really because it's the true first year or second year now of the lawn. So I had a huge weed problem before, and it probably takes a couple of years to really get a good pre-emergent and a good program to really get the weed population down for good. So my neighbor just next to me, he hasn't really had any weeds. Now he does keep his grass a little longer, but he hasn't really had a weed issue, but he's also had his yard treated for years. So I don't know, if that really matters, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but either way, we have a weed problem. Number 2 here is my grass barely went into true dormancy this winter. I don't know what the issue there was. Obviously, it's been a warmer winter, one of the warmest winters that I've probably ever experienced. And it just never went to full dormancy. It would go almost completely brown, and then it would warm up a little bit, and it would come back out. And like right now, which is Tuesday, March 10th, the video that I've shot here and the stuff I did was for March 9th, but it's greening up. It's greening up, so we got to make a move. So the first thing we did was spray some weed control over the weeds. We did a mixture of Certainty and Celsius, and normally I probably would have went with glyphosate, straight up, just glyphosate, spray the weeds out and be done with it. But because the grass hasn't really went to true dormancy, I didn't want to risk anything there. And also I didn't want to risk anything by doing a broadcast spray of the weed control, which probably wouldn't have been much of a risk considering temps right now. The temperatures are much cooler than during the summer. And so what I did was I just did spot control, and it was not fun. As you'll see in the video, it was a lot of spraying. I was using a pump sprayer, and I was trying to get close. It was a very windy day. That's the thing about this time of year, is it's always windy. It's either super cold, rainy, or windy, and it's really hard to spray too much. So I tried to keep the nozzle close, spray the weed directly, and try to take care of that. First, it's 2020, right? So I mentioned that. We're at the beginning of the lawn season. We've had a nice long break. First thing I did, I went out there and started spraying. I didn't use any surfactant. So very quickly I remembered, okay, surfactant. So went back, put some surfactant in the sprayer, mixed it up really good, and went along my way again. And then I was like, as I got more into the yard where there were more and more weeds, I'm like, I can't even keep up with what I've sprayed and what I haven't sprayed. So then I remembered, let's put some dye. So I put some blue dye in there, and once I got the surfactant and blue dye in the tank, things went very smoothly. It was just a little bit of a time-consuming task. But yeah, so I've sprayed most everything out. I ran out of the spray. I only made a 1-gallon solution. So I ran out of that. So I didn't get everything, but we'll see how this reacts in the next couple weeks, and we'll spray again if we need to. Now throughout the winter, anytime I had weeds pop up, I would just hand pull them. It's like I said, it's been really wet, and so it's really easy to pull weeds right now, straight from the root, right out of the ground. So I did that for a while, but the last 2 weeks is where it's just blown up like crazy. And it was probably 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks, maybe a month ago when I put the other round of pre-emergent. So I don't know, I think 25 inches of rain in 2 months has a lot to do with the pre-emergent issues I've had, hopefully. So moving forward, so this was video 1 of 2020. Moving forward, we got a lot planned. We got a lot to do in the spring. There's a lot with Bermuda grass in the spring that you got to take care of, or you don't have to, but I prefer to. So number 1, moving forward, we need to scout. So once I'm gonna give it a couple weeks and see how this, or maybe a week or so, to see what happens with the weeds. It may not be long enough to see anything with the Celsius Uncertainty mix. It does normally take longer with those 2 chemicals to see the results, but they are very good results once it happens. So we're gonna scout, and we're gonna go really low, get the grass out of here, the old dead grass and everything, and then we're going to run a dethatcher across it and just try to pull up whatever, and then I'll take my push mower with the bagger and go back over it with it and try to pull up everything that the dethatcher pulled up. And then we can start with our fertilizers and biostimulants, all that junk can go on at that point. And then we have the side area where I put the perennial ryegrass, and that was fun, but my dog, she peed quite often in that area for whatever reason, and killed it in a bunch of spots, killed it, and then where it didn't kill, it was like extra fertilized to the point of almost being dead, but not, and just being outgrowing everything else, so it kind of looked weird. Either way, it's been cool. It's been nice to have that green spot of grass, but I haven't really done a lot with it, to be honest. So I guess I'll spray that out. I guess I need to scout that, spray out the rye, and go from there, or I could just leave the rye. I would be kind of curious. It's just a small section to leave the ryegrass with a Bermuda, and I just would be interested to see if it stripes better throughout the year, how it reacts. Maybe it's not worth it. You guys tell me. You who have left the rye and Bermuda mix, what happens? Like, does it cause too many issues with the Bermuda, or does it work out fine? You tell me. And sorry if I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm pulling to one side or what. I just had some dental work, and I'm numb right here. So, but yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Now we're pretty much about into spring, and we're about to really get things going. I've got time in the afternoon. If you enjoyed the video, as always, subscribe, like, leave a comment. Tell me how bad it sucks. Tell me if you like it, constructive criticism, whatever. So until next time, peace out.